It's Tuesday of the third week of Lent. Today's reading is from the Gospel of Matthew. Peter approached Jesus and asked him, "Lord, if my brother sins against me, how often must I forgive him? As many as 7 times?" Jesus answered, "I say to you, not 7 times, but 77 times. That is why the kingdom of heaven may be likened to a king who decided to settle accounts with his servants. When he began the accounting, a debtor was brought back before him who owed him a huge amount. Since he had no way of paying it back, his master ordered him to be sold, along with his wife, his children, and all his property, in payment of the debt. At that, the servant fell down, did him homage, and said, 'Be patient with me, and I will pay you back in full.' Moved with compassion, the master of that servant let him go and forgave him his debt. When that servant had left, he found one of his fellow servants who owed him a much smaller amount. He seized him and started to choke him, demanding, 'Pay back what you owe.' Falling to his knees, his fellow servant begged him, 'Be patient with me and I will pay you back.' But he refused. Instead, he had him put in prison until he paid back the debt. Now when his fellow servants saw what had happened, they were deeply disturbed and went to their master and reported the whole affair. His master summoned him and said to him, 'You wicked servant, I forgave you your entire debt because you begged me to. Should you not have had the pity on your fellow servant as I had pity on you?' Then in anger, his master handed him over to the torturers until he should pay back the whole debt. So will my heavenly Father do to you, unless each of you forgives your brother from your heart." In the Middle Ages, eggs and milk were forbidden during Lent. Yeah, it was eggs and milk. And it wasn't by just church law, it was by civil law as well. And this was in effect even until the 1600s, the late 1600s. So what does it mean when we have to give up something, whether it be eggs and milk, meat, whatever? What good does it do? Well, by giving up something, we're going and we're emptying ourselves so that we are less comfortable in our way of life. We, in a sense, give ourselves a bit of discomfort to force us to start to think about things. Take today's gospel. It was so wonderful that the rich man forgave that debt of that employee. It would have been so easy for that employee to then do the same for another individual, taking the lesson that he learned. But instead, he kept on allowing earthly pleasures, the ability to have more money, to saying, "Hey, look, I can make more by getting this guy's cash," that he really forgot the true meaning of what it meant to be holy, to be giving, to be compassionate. Today, I invite you to Abstain from those things that may stop you from seeing what you can do to make the world better. Abstain from those things that, let's just say, stop you. Maybe, I don't know, we can start with something concrete. Maybe second helpings. Maybe dessert. That could be something, because we're used to that. But it could be even more. It could be maybe not turning on the television and praying the rosary. It could mean going and turning off Netflix and instead reading one of the little things we have on the website. It's things like this which help us to see God present, that we see our Lord in our lives. Don't let the things of this world cloud you from seeing the gifts that you already have been given. When you see God present, you are compassionate. When you have him in your life, you are not worried about only yourself. You're worried about the greater good. Think about that. Pray upon it. Do something that makes this a better time for yourself and a better time for your relationship with God and his Son in your life. Have a good day.